Hi friends, UPSC Mains Content Builder Series video 2. In this video we have come up with this very important topic which is about regulating social media companies. So before getting into the context, let us first try and see where the interest stands. Citizens of any nation who invest their time in social media, present their views, definitely become one stakeholder. Tech corporations like Google, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, they have their money involved. They are another stakeholders. Besides, UPSC Civil Services aspirants, GS Paper 2 has a syllabus which mentions government policies and interventions for development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. So we automatically are party to it. We need to understand what it is. Now let us try to see the context. The context is recently Twitter decided to fact check Donald Trump's tweet. Donald Trump had tweeted that mail-in votes would result in rigged elections. So this was something that Twitter objected to and decided to notify it. Trump administration got angered with this call and they decided to sign an executive order that intends to prevent US social media companies from censoring certain viewpoints. Besides, the Trump administration or the President Trump himself said that the choices that Twitter makes when it chooses to suppress, edit, blacklist or shadow ban are editorial decisions, pure and simple. In those moments, Twitter ceases to be a neutral public platform and become an editor with a viewpoint. Now, this is what Trump has to say in order to justify his claim of executive order. Now, with this order, the Trump administration wants to amend Communications Decency Act. Section 230 of the same act gives the internet provider, the service provider, the social media companies, you can say, that they need to make only a good faith effort to take down a content after they are notified of its existence. So this was quite simple and very simplistic effort that Trump administration thought was actually prohibiting these companies to take down on important stuffs. Besides, they are only taking down Donald Trump's tweets. So that was the moment of anger. Now the executive order is not bipartisan in any sense. So and apart from that, it has to pass through the constitutional scrutiny as well. The stress points are going to be Section 230 of the same Act and the First Amendment. US Constitution was ratified in 1788. The First Amendment came in 1791, which prohibits Congress from obstructing the exercise of certain individual freedoms. Freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, right to petition, all are part of this group, the First Amendment. Just to bring you this point to your attention, that even India's right to freedom has been derived from US Constitution, the First Amendment specifically. Now with this development, there was another development that happened. A federal court in US rejected the claim of a lawsuit which said that social media companies are suppressing conservative voices. The court conjectured that you can't sue a social media company for violating the first constitution, because the first constitution is designed to stop the government from curtailing free speech, not private companies. Hence, under the First Amendment, the president has no power to constrain the free speech of a private company. Now let us come to the Indian context. That was a US context, you can say. In India, recently in 2019, India's Supreme Court was hearing a case filed by Facebook that said that whether WhatsApp or messaging applications or social media companies should be forced to trace and reveal the identity of the originator of a message. The Supreme Court, after listening to these claims, actually had stopped the lower court from passing an order and then asked the government to frame rules, and also was asked to intimate the court as well. The government took its time and has said that they are going to publish it very soon. The controversial new rules by the Indian government, if implemented, could actually force these media companies to reveal identities of to the tune of 400 million such users. Now, the aim, the government said, is to enforce accountability on social media platforms. Given in the recent Lok Sabha elections and the kind of fake news, the torrents of which are actually creating an atmosphere that is creating a lot of biases. The government fears that such things are detrimental to the social fabric of our nation. Now, the new rules the government is going to publish shortly are the rules basically impose a widespread cooperation. That said, that if these rules are implemented, there would be no requirement of warrants or judicial orders for these companies to cooperate with the government. Now, if these are again implemented, the data says, or the rule says, that the companies like Twitter, YouTube would be forced to help government track down any post that's originated within 22 hours if asked. They will also have to keep records on file for 180 days at minimum to aid with potential government investigations. They'd have to establish brick and mortar offices in India, to appoint a grievance officer that would enable the government to have the licensing thing done and handle complaints from whichever corner it is coming. Now, India is a country with 1.3 billion residents and it's counting. Definitely, with the proliferation of internet and social media, cheap mobile phones, the users are going to increase. Now, this is going to become a constituency that requires moderation. Definitely, there is a requirement that social media must remain a fair place, a transparent place where the right and correct, unbiased, verified information is available. Definitely, any kind of regulation, if it is more than a certain level, would be detrimental to any group's proliferation and its development. But a free-for-all situation would again be, contested, because you cannot survive in situations where you are not given the right picture of what is happening. Recently, with moral responsibility of providing fair and unbiased social media, Singapore passed a tough fake news law in 2020 to take down information perceived wrong on social media platforms. Now it is for us to decide. We need to make a balance between what's inevitably going to be our future and how we want that to be presented or shaped. Now, social media is not going anywhere. It is going to be a reality. Now, a social media which is biased, full of hate speech, full of wrong information, misleading information, that is definitely not going to shape our future the way we want it. So, a kind of regulation, a government entity must look after keeping the trust of people in their hand. So, they should be, the trustee of this entire, futuristic technology, keeping it safe for our future generations to use. Now, this is my take. You can definitely have a take of your own. You can definitely mention these things in the comment below. The next part would be to tell you where from I got it. I took it from BBC Online News, PRS India, of course, and PC Mag. This is also an online mag from India. Now it's time to share, care, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. You can leave topic suggestions at info@calendarstudy.com. Feel free to do that. Like, share, and proliferate. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.